And friends, lot of queries are coming with respect to some auto execution algos and so on. See, those things we will address next month only. Okay, because my algo team is warming up. They are busy building the plugins and other things. It will take a little more time. Okay, we have at least 15-20 algo traders waiting for their strategy to be automated and go live. So we will take at least 2 months to clear all the backlogs, and then we will take off. Okay, because currently the team is only building the plugins, and it's taking a real time. And we have to associate it with couple of other vendors, not only Symphony Fintech. We are looking for other API vendors also, so that we will create competition and bring down the overall cost of ownership. We are also in talks with Amazon to host individual algos for each individual. In the sense, you can have your own private server where you have all your systems and tradings done, so that we don't do anything on our manual computer. Okay, so if by any chance we are not responding to your emails related to any algo related stuffs, kindly be aware that we recognize it and there is a delay, and we will respond in a month. By July onwards, once we all start from our new office, we will go big bang. We will start closely you know stitching all the missing connections and establishing a very foolproof system. Please do come, whoever in Bangalore. Of course, this Friday we are unable to invite you because there's a limit for 20 people. From next month onwards, anybody can happily walk in. You just have to call Pradeep or me or any of our staff. You can call our support line, and if you inform that I am coming to the office to meet Ashok, I'm an I3T3 guy, they will take care. Okay, the reception will take care of you. Okay, so let us start the session. Recording started. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the 11th session of the Precision Price Action Trading Program as a part of I3T3 Mega Webinar. This is one of the important aspect. This is not a power pattern, but this is a very powerful enabler as far as trading is concerned. This is called as the compression. Okay, one of the unique concepts, and it is the foundation for most of the traditional patterns working. How many of you have heard of all these patterns, like your wedges, ascending triangle, descending triangle? Why do they work? Have anyone thought about it? Why does cup and handle work? Come on, market is not silly and stupid that a cup shape comes, market will react. It can't be that silly. There has to be some logic behind it, no? How many of you thought about it? Everything there is a science behind. All right. So welcome to this session. We will deep dive each and every aspect in micro detail. All right. So let's talk about compression. Friends, what do you see in this picture? There is a spring, okay, and there are two hands pressing that spring. So what will happen if it is pressed? What will happen if it is pressed? Ram says pressure builds up. Gopi says it gets compressed. And how does the reaction to that compression would be? It will push back. It will bounce back. Raj says it will burst. Yes, that is the foundation of compression theory. Okay, that is the underlying foundation of compression theory. So what is compression? Friends, compression is a kind of price action which signifies there can be a reversal as it is compressed. It's a raw statement. Okay, you have seen wedges. What is a wedge in a pattern? Ascending triangle, descending triangle. Every pattern from those traditional pattern family has a price action inside it inbuilt. That is something everyone should know. Okay, now in each case, demand or supply is being cleared, reaching the point of zero SND. The angle of compression must not be beyond 45%. I'm sorry, 45 degrees, which can be mistaken with an upward or downward trend. Try to understand this English. When we go into the anatomy, you will understand better. Compression leads to zero demand or supply, at which point the price jumps into the high liquidity area, which can be mapped on the chart. Is it not correct, friends? Water flows from a region of higher concentration to lower. Price moves wherever there is high liquidity. This area becomes the turning point. Okay, so this is just the literature of compression. Don't worry about it, nor you have to know about it. I am just sharing with you so that you are aware of it. Okay, this strategic point is a place is a pending order either at the supply or demand area closer to the zero wedge ascent area as mapped in the chart. Pending orders can also be made in multiple layers with small quantity. Okay, now let us go into the anatomy. That is best. That will talk about everything. Friends, what is this? This is a rally base. I'm sorry, drop base rally zone. It's a good zone, right? It's a DBR. It's a demand zone. Friends, I just told it's a demand zone. I never told it's a power pattern demand zone. There's a lot of difference between a demand zone and a power pattern demand zone. Is that clear, friends? So, which means every demand zone is not a tradable zone. Now watch this. This is a supply zone. Why? Because it is a rally based drop. Now, suppose the institution wants to dump all the stocks at the supply zone. Okay, the mission is to dump all the lots that we have at the supply zone. We want to essentially dump it. Now, when I want to dump it, what is the first thing I need? I need liquidity. Thank you, Manish. Thanks. That's a good statement. I need liquidity. When there is no liquidity, how can I dump it? So liquidity is a must. Point number one. Not only that, when I dump it, I want price to go freely to the bottom. How will I ensure that I win the match? Number one, the match should happen, that is liquidity. Number two, your opponent has to be weak. Okay, your opponent has to be weak. Is that correct? Liquidity is something which triggers the fight. Okay, and second thing, my opponent has to be weak and he should take all my orders. So what will do, the institution purposefully keeps moving the price up. For example, what happened now? Is this a rally base, a drop base rally? Is this a zone? Okay, that is a zone. Good. Now, what happened? The institution tries to push us the price up. Okay, they try to push us the price up by ensuring that all the demand orders are destroyed. The mission here is to pump everything at the top, which means we need orders. So what they do, they will take the price up, they will allow the price to go down, and the price goes down, eats away all the orders. What kind of a zone is this? It's a tested zone. I am talking in terms of freshness. Correct? Is it a tested zone? The zone is no longer fresh. Okay, when the zone is no longer fresh, what does it mean? It means the zone has become weak. Money says the order has been consumed. Brilliant. That's the underlying key point. There is not much of orders. The orders there has been eaten. Okay, now let me do this. Now again the price goes up now. Okay, and then I mark this zone. What kind of zones are these two? Is it level over level? It is not just level over level, it is also zone over zone sandwiched. It is much dangerous than level over level. The level over level will at least give you some space, whereas compression will not give you that space. It's like a loaf of bread. Okay, it is always compressed, it is always placed upon each other, and it is sandwiched on it. Okay, so there is nothing in between. Now see what happens. So what happened now? So is this zone fresh now? The second zone is also tested now. Out of the two more zones which have been created above the demand zone, both are no longer fresh. Now can I mark another zone there? Because that is another drop base rally, which is my standard pattern. So what is happening now? Price is moving up, but every time price is moving, price is coming back and eating the orders below. When the price comes back and eat the orders below, what is happening to the buyers? What is happening to the buyers? Buyers are getting killed. They are getting weaker. They are getting weaker. Every time they go down, pick up the orders, the buyers are getting weaker. Now tell me, what is the essential rule of price move? When will price move up? Officially, when you see a momentum candle, you will say whenever there is a demand, price moves. When we will say buyers are strong, so price is moving up. Strong demand is strong momentum is strong move. Okay, but in this case, the price is moving up not because of momentum, not because of the buyer strength. This move is cheating the buyers, it is killing them, it is slowly. See, there is always a saying, stock market is a place where a retailer will never get killed. Why? The moment you kill one retailer, 100 retailers will get scared. So what markets will do, they will bleed you to death. It will make a mark on your hand, a bit of blood goes away, you will just rub it off with a cloth and ignoring it. It's such a small wound, who cares? And after some time another mark will come, and so on. So 90% of the time retailers will not even realize they've lost their money. The beauty here is price is moving up, but buyers are not strong. Is it not abnormal? Now let's see what happens. Another zone came, drop base rally. What happened to that? So every time price is making an up move, it is coming back, eating away all the demand orders, thereby making the buyers weaker. This is one of the most crucial patterns where price rallies, but it makes the buyers weaker. Remember this. This is one of the very few scenarios where price does this. Okay, and oops, price again goes to the supply zone, creating another set of zone which is again testing the lower zone. Now can you look at it and tell me which is the fresh zone in this entire space? Is there a fresh zone here? No. Now remember this fact, price has traveled all the way to the supply zone. Now not only that, this price is not moved by the strong opponents. In a match you will only win two times, either you play very well or your opponent played badly. Correct, friends? In a match you can win only in two scenarios: you played extremely well, or your opponent played pathetically, because so you won without any big effort. Here we have seen the price has rallied to the supply zone without the buyers in control. Here every journey the buyers have bled, they have bled, they have lost their orders, they have become weaker. Now imagine a huge order here. Imagine a huge order placed here. What will happen to that? Okay, when you place such a big order there, the institutions will dump the price and it will blast to the bottom. This is the essence of compression. Push the price up, eat all the orders down, and then dump everything to the top so that you can get all the orders filled. What will happen? When the price come here, when it is coming, who is there to fight it here? Who is there to fight here? Who is there to fight here? Everywhere orders are written. No, everywhere they are weak. They surrender. Everyone surrenders. Correct? Their stop loss will hit. It will go and pierce that zone. Okay? All right. Let's see how supply compression look like. This is the pure case of pump and dump. That's what we did now. We pumped the price to the top and dumped everything there. That is a drop based rally, a normal demand zone. That is a rally based drop, a normal supply zone. Now, price goes to that supply zone, eats some orders there and come back. That is a zone. What kind of a zone is this? Is this an authentic zone? Is it an authentic zone? It can't be an authentic zone because it is kissing the other zone. It is reaction to the other zone, right? How can you call it as an authentic zone? If the zone happens here, for instance, if the zone happens here, I can call it as an authentic zone. But this zone is kissed and tested that zone. It is a reaction to the other zone. Everyone agree? Yeah. So now that zone is tested. It is a reaction zone and it is tested also. Now, okay. Now it's a reaction zone and a fresh zone. Right now at this moment, is this zone fresh? It's newly formed. Correct? It is fresh. Perfect. Now what happens? Price goes back into that area, kisses that zone and creates another zone. Now is this zone fresh? It's not fresh. Is this zone fresh? It is fresh. Thank you. That is fine. Now, similarly, price keeps creating a series of zones which are sandwiched upon each other. And at the end of the day, you cannot find a single fresh zone. I repeat, in case of this scenario, you cannot find a single fresh zone. Today, in the previous examples of caps, I was throwing an example of FTR. One of you said, Ashok, the whole thing looks compressed. But the zone I marked was the only fresh zone in the entire journey. Yes or no? Somebody said, Ashok, it is compressed. Then I showed the zone I had marked was a fresh zone. Price only reacted from there. It's Sendil. Yeah, thank you, Sendil. Now, what is happening? We have created series of zones which are sandwiched upon each other and everything is tested. What does that mean? The price has been pushed down, okay, thereby killing all the sellers. Now, when I dump a huge demand zone here, when I pump a huge order here, what will happen? Will it not brutally react? It shoots up royally. That is the essence of the whole conversation. Okay. Okay, now to summarize, can we say that this whole compression is nothing but a series of tested zones sandwiched upon each other? I repeat, compression is nothing but a series of sandwich zones which are tested. And imagine, in our conversation during the last week enhancement theory, how many of you remember that our departure has to be strong and arrival has to be slow? And how about an arrival which is compressed? An arrival which is compressed is superior. It will make our enemy weaker. We have a very weak opponent. A strong departure will show us a strong team. Okay. Now, let us see the whole scenario in an example. Okay. Okay. Compression into supply. It's a type of price action where price swings up and downs, absorbing supply demand. When price rises, creating higher highs and higher lows, each time it comes back down after a rally, it absorbs demand. And there is a reason why price does this. Every time it comes back and eats away some demand. These zones are standing in way of a big, nice short. The institution wants to dump all the things in a big short. So the buy orders at these levels need to be absorbed before the price can fall freely. That is the reason why they do. They will slowly keep coming and eating the orders. Pro money moves price in this fashion to clear the path for a short while using the buy orders to build their short positions. Okay, the pro money is nothing but institution. They will move the price in this fashion in order to create a short at a later point of time, and they will start pushing the price up. Gopi asks, because of this compression, who is going to get benefits? The only person who's getting benefit is the institution. Sagarika says, Ashok, can I say that whenever price comes to a zone in compression, it will react very fast? Yes, because a compression is the best form of arrival. Yuan says, Ashok, can you explain the difference between compression and congestion? Congestion is a zone. Okay, series of congestion. Let me draw this for you. Okay, this is congestion. This is congestion. This is congestion. This is congestion. What are all these things? These are all places where there was traffic signals. Where there are traffic signals. You go fast, stop there and move ahead. These are nothing but zones. Now think about this. You want? This is congestion. This is compression. Can you make out the difference? The compression will ensure you come down, eat away the orders, and then zoom up. Okay. When you see this happen below a supply level, once the last level demand is observed and the supply level is reached, price will often fall quite easily through the area, and this is called as compression. Muthu asks, in case if there is any fresh zone in the compression, what will we do? Only that fresh zone might give a reaction. Even that fresh zone would be compromised. Think about it. Let me draw this to you. You are telling this is all compression, okay? Compression, okay? And this is one fresh zone, and then compression, 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 and so on. Now this is a fresh zone, okay? Very, very fresh zone. But remember, here also your people are weak, here also your people are weak. You are isolated. Can everyone connect with me? Suppose you are a strong buyer, okay, this is a demand zone, okay, this is a natural demand zone, it's an authentic zone too. Now here also your buyers are weak, above that also buyers are weak. Don't you think you're cornered here? You will not get support anywhere. Okay, you will revolt, you will definitely revolt, you will react, price will react there, but it will eventually break through. See it, we have just marked zones here. We have marked beautiful zones. We have picked up all the rally base rallies or the drop base rallies, and see all zones, these are all the zones. Now remember, all these zones are tested. This zone is tested here, this zone is tested here, okay, this zone is tested here, this zone is tested here, this zone is tested here, this zone is tested here. Can anyone show me one fresh zone here throughout? Correct, Sendil. Is that clear, friends? This is compression, and think about it. See the amount of time it took from this point, okay? It took this much point to fill, right? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see the fall. It came in 1/6 of a time. 15% time it took to clear off everything. Can you give me a check if you have understood this compression? And why price can free fall? Because all these zones are tested. Jitesh said there is two fresh zones, is it? Let me locate. This is a fresh zone, I agree. Okay, ignore this fresh zone, talk from here. Above this, show me one zone which is fresh. I don't think so. Every time it come, and majority of the times, friends, whenever there is compression, price comes to the root of compression. For example, if I take a short here, generally whenever there is a compression, I will tell this is my target, because price easily travels. Is that clear? So compression into demand. This is a scenario where price creates swing down and up. Okay, you need to understand here, in this price action, the price goes into demand zones where it absorbs the supply while moving down. In this game, pro money clears all the supply while moving down, and finally they will fill their long positions. Once the last level of supply is observed, Once the last level of supply is killed, the price will happily pierce through the compression zone because the zone is become weak. Throughout all the zones are weak, they can never fight the massive order that's coming in. Identifying this PA will give you a clue as to where price will turn and how far it will move. And friends, compression is the only concept where we look forward for an RR greater than 1 is to 5. Sometimes we take order 1 is to 10 also, only if there is compression, or else no. We will stick to 1 is to 3, 1 is to 5. Very rarely, whenever there is a compression, we will take it up. Okay, I'll show you the comparison. Look at the wedges. This is a wedge, right? The breakout of the wedge is what the traditional pattern traders do. So what is this? This is nothing but compression. This is nothing but compression, nothing else. And there will be a zone where they will take a trade. Everywhere same story, where they can take a trade. Anas is asking any new compression. There is lot of compression. I'll show you. There are so many scenarios. I'll show you in charts. So which is the strong arrival? Which is the weak arrival? Can you make a comparison, friends? Which is best? Okay. The best arrival for us is the first one. That is good for us. Why it's good? That will make our enemy weaker. Brilliant. Departure is fast in both the case, but look at the arrival in case 1, case 2. The best arrival for us is the strong arrival in case 1. It will make your demand strong. So you are a tough player and your enemy is weaker. Okay, the arrival has to be like this. You need to struggle to mark one damn good zone. You should not find any good zone anywhere. Everywhere it should be compressed. You should not be able to mark a single fresh zone. That is the requirement. For example, even here, this is a zone tested. This is a zone tested. This is a zone. See, this was a fresh zone. No, even this was tested here. But this compression is the worst compression. Okay. Here is an example. Look at this scenario. Can you find a fresh zone here? All are tested. Very nice. Now get me one good fresh zone here. Let me see. Think about, observe. Mark, if see, if I talk here, this is one base. This is a base. This is a base. This is a base. Every base is touching everywhere. Every base is touching everywhere. Till this point. This is the only fresh zone. Alright. Now help me find one good zone here. Have a look. Can anyone work out? All are bases. Can you make out? Now look at this. This is a Wipro chart of last week. Okay, let me ask something. Friends, what is this? It is a beautiful FTR. I guess all the team members should be able to find it now because we are moving ahead with other topics. Here is L1, here is L2. This is FTR. Vikram, Muthu, Kiran, it's an FTR. Now anyone having an issue that it's not an FTR? Okay, it's a very good power pattern. Now look at the way that's departed. Drop, base, drop, a long base, drop, whatever the travel is significant. Now help me find a single zone here which is fresh. Help me find a single zone which is fresh. If you personally ask me, this zone is tested, rally, base, base, drop, base. This is the only fresh zone so far. See the departure, see the arrival. It's a FTR power pattern, and I think we can look forward for a trade here at 235 levels. 230, 235 levels. Okay. It's slow arrival and fast departure. Okay. SR, you can mark this SR. Try to mark one rectangle here. It's impossible. I cross-checked. I marked this yesterday. Till here, all zones are tested. Okay. This is amazing. This is TCS. Now, can someone help me to mark a good zone here? Who's this guy? TCS, right? Let me go on to the chart. I want, I'll take Viratech. Okay, look at this. Now, can someone help me with a base? Everyone agree this is a base? Is that a base, friends? The long ERC base candle. So that is a troublemaker. And after that, there is one base here. Even that is tested here. Tested here. Then after that price, what did it do? Rally, drop, 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 base, base, rally. Even that got tested. There is another rally base drop that got tested. There is another rally base drop that got tested. So throughout, it's all testing. Okay, great. Now let us do one thing. I'll erase this everything in TCS and let me mark the levels here. SR line, friends. Friends, what is this? Only problem is there is a level over level that we need to be careful. Is that clear, Shivangi? Now tell me, how is the departure? How is the arrival? Fix these kind of crazy things. Okay. Try to find just 100 such trades in a year. You will have a rocking result. I promise you. Tomorrow, if TCS comes down for any reason, I will tell you blindly it can come till this point. Is it sensible, friends? Okay. So ultimately, if suppose you take this trade also for some reason, your RR is here only 1:3. 1, 2, 3. Since it is a compression, you can target this point. Brilliant question. Urjil comes with a statement. He says, this is all based on the fact that the order book does not change, right? Yes. Always remember, price action has one fundamental limitation. It will not consider fresh zones that coming, fresh orders that coming in, the fresh water that is entering the river. Everyone agree? That is the fundamental flaw in price action. Why your price action is failing? Most of your trades are failing only because of that. Because there is fresh orders coming which which you never saw, which you never knew. For that, you can even take confirmation entry, which we will take. We can, for such scenarios, see, this whole game is about set and forget. But if you want to trade, then what you have to do, you need to wait for the price to come into that zone and then see if it reacts. If it reacts, and then wait for a price action on a lower time frame. Now you saw in hourly, right? This is daily candle. Okay. If you have to wait for price to react from the zone and go to a lower time frame and then pick a price action trade. That is called confirmation trade. Is that clear, Vikram? We'll do that. Sounds good. Thank you. Now look at this. This is Glenmark Pharma. I'm trying to mark zones here. For example, this is tested. This zone is tested. This zone is tested. This zone is tested. Everything is tested. Look at this guy. This is an example of a guy called Godre Philip. Okay, he took almost roughly 2 months, at least 50 trading days in order to reach where he got. And he came down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. He covered almost 75% of it. Okay. So there is a question from Sanjeev is asking, Ashok, can I short TCS now if it comes to that zone? Just first verify your position sizing, check your capital, verify your position size, your betting, all those things. If they are all in sync, you can happily trade. But everything should be in par with the capital size. Whatever is your capital, your betting should not be more than 1% in a learning phase. Okay, people who don't want risk, tension, you can buy put of not even this month, next month. Don't try to play put of this month. What if it becomes operation success patient tide? Now this guy is Cholamandalam Investment. Do you know why this big candle came? How much is this fall? Single day fall. No, this is a monthly chart. Sorry. Okay, this is a monthly chart. Single month it fell from 320 to 145. 50% fall came. Now in this region, show me one fresh. Shall I show you? Watch my markings. Who is this guy? Cholamandalam, right? We'll do that in chart. That is better. It looks better in that. I can get that rectangle easily. What's his name? Cholamandalam. Oh, yeah. Monthly. Now, if I look at this chart, now look at this, friends. Number one, this is my first zone. Rally, drop, base, rally. Okay, that is also base. So this whole thing is a base. It is tested here. How many of you get it? It is tested here. Testing done. Now I'll go and mark the next one. Rally, base, drop. Okay. It is tested here. Okay. This guy came. Even this, it got tested here. Now I'll try to take this zone. Rally, base, 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 rally. That is also tested. I'll take this zone. Rally, base, rally. Okay, and look at this zone. Drop, base, drop. Even this guy, poor fellow, is tested. So whatever story This guy is created since here. Okay, how much duration? It's like 1, 2, 3, almost more than 3 years. 46 months. Whatever was done, it achieved in 1 month. Now, if you ask me why this particular price stopped there, drop, base, rally. This is the only untested zone. Starts from here, starts from drop, all bases rally. Brilliant. Ritesh Patel found some interesting power pattern. That's a cap. Why it's a cap? Step number 1. Step number 1, rally, base, rally, authentic zone. Authentic zone is engulfed by this guy. Okay, let me erase everything. Okay, I am removing all these markings of compression. You guys have understood why that compression exists. I delete all studies. Now I will mark it for you. Okay, this is your authentic zone. Okay, and authentic zone, rally, base, rally, and then rally and drop. This is your top. Okay, and this guy is the candle which broke. Go reverse, stop nearest point. This is the source of engulf. This whole thing is the source of engulf. Okay, and this is your origin of engulf. It's a beautiful trade. Can everyone give me a check that you have understood why it's a cap? There are 4 rules per cap. Authentic zone formed, number 2, authentic zone engulf, and before that, number 2, drop, rally based drop formed. Here there is no rally based drop. Why there is no rally based drop? Okay, this is the best way to show you. If I mark like this is a zone where I need to check. I go to weekly. Okay, look at this. In weekly also it is rally and drop. How many of you get that? Now I'll go to daily. Now can you find rally based drop? See, here it is. This is my daily zone. Can you make out, friends? It's a nested level. Daily zone is the entry. This is how you can go over it. Shivangi, happy? So please understand, on a positional trade, this works like a charm. Every lower time frame you go, your challenge increases because volatility increases. Not only that, manipulations increases. How many of you understand my point? When you are trading, you do one thing. Talk to investors. Think yourself like an investor. As an investor, watch the levels. You can pick stocks at lovely levels. No fundamental investors can ever pick that way. At monthly, weekly, daily level, price action works like charm. But when you go to lower time frame, let's say 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, it will throw challenges. Why? The institutions does extensive manipulations, but these are things where manipulations cannot be done easily. They can't cheat you every moment. Why? Friends, why can't an institution cheat at a higher time frame? Because the cost is very high. Recollect the same example which we spoke, the Taliban. They cannot throw a bomb on one guy. Though they can see, though they can kill him. Correct? Okay, sounds good. Now let me go back to my presentation. Okay, this was Cholamandalam. This guy is Ultratech. Now show me this guy. I doubt even this guy. You know what? When I make selections for stock in Funda, I see these things. That's why some of my techno Funda stuffs don't fail that easily. Now show me one good zone for this guy. Now the price has come here. Always take a straight line here. Okay, this low he has already broken. Now below that, is there a zone? Okay, there is a drop base rally here. This zone is already tested here. Can you make out? This is tested. Is there a fresh zone below? No. This rally base drop is there. It is sandwiched by this guy. The only fresh zone I can see is this. And below that, everything is sandwich. Everything is sandwich. Everything is sandwich. Show me. Try to show me good level. Everything is sandwich. Everything. Which is the cleanest zone here? This one. So that is why generally I give targets like this, because someday it will break. Based on this principle only, this foundation of compression only, 3 months back I told Bank Nifty can easily break 19,000 or 20,000. Okay, people even trolled, "How you are crazy, it's around 30,000 level, it's making higher high. Let it make higher high." All I am telling is it will break. Now the point is, from here, now think about it. Now see, this is where the intelligence lies, how to interpret. Okay, that's where the maturity comes. Now I am telling this guy will come to here, but before coming here he might not directly come like this. Instead he might do this and then come. That is the key point. You need to understand and digest this essence. I am waiting to pick I'm waiting for Nifty to come between 7,000 and 6,000 levels someday. Okay, I still don't believe in the valuations of these companies, but the moment it comes, I am telling you, there are some jazzy stocks which I wish to buy. I am going to pump big time. Yeah, I know where the market is now, but I have a crazy expectation. If it comes there, I am going to pump the biggest equity push in my life. I will clear up all my mutual funds, my PF money, blah blah blah. I'm going to push big time, because I know from there the mother of all bull runs will stop. And below that, I don't care. If you ask me personally, okay, Ashok, you're so confident, if price comes to 6,500, 6,300, you will buy. What if it goes to 4? If it goes to 4, I will average. Because Indian market, you cannot get some stocks at mouth-watering levels, but an era will come where you will say, hey, you know what? Yeah, how many of you remember my father picked Infosys at 50 rupees, 100 rupees, HUL of 25 rupees? That era will not come again. Okay, there is full of compression in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now you guys go and check. Indraprastha gas, they can make series of higher highs. I have no problem. But once this one bad news, one negative quarter, free fall, nobody would be there to hold it. Can someone show me Indraprastha? Show me one good fresh zone. Okay, the fresh zone that I can draw right now at this moment is this. Drop base. No, this is also tested for this zone. No, this is also gone. Everything is tested. I don't think anything is there. No. It's a phenomenal thing, compression. If you watch compression, you can pick big trades. And friends, I will never exaggerate things. Okay, I am brutally very realistic when it comes to trading. I am one of the few people in this country, not even in the city, in this country, who don't give exorbitant numbers. All I say is, even with 30%, we can fight this game out better. The reason is, someday or the other, everybody will sink to the realities of market. Compression is the only scenario I take an RR of 1 is to 10, or else I'll never claim. My RR is always 1 is to 3, after enhancement 1 is to 5, after compression 1 is to 10. This is my thumbnail. This is my bottom line. Okay, and all these claims are based on math. Okay, and now let me show where that nifty thing happened. Where is that nifty? Bank nifty? No, bank nifty. Bank nifty, bank nifty. Nifty bank it is. Nifty bank. Mm. Okay, you know where I said look at this tested zone, tested zone, tested zone, tested zone, tested zone, and finally this tested zone, tested zone. Okay, the only fresh zone for me was this. You know why I am waiting for that level? What is this, friends? What is this? It's a major SR. Okay, this is my level of action. This is where I want to do bulk trading. This is a cap. Of course it is a cap. Can someone tell me what it is? Zone broken. It is a cap and it is slightly tested. Okay, on a monthly zone it's a cap. Wait. How many of you remember? I don't know. The old timers should be able to remember, because I clearly told there is a clear Quasimodo in Bank Nifty and there is no Quasimodo in Nifty. And this Quasimodo worked like a charm. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Now, coming back, the compression is very useful for our trading. If the price arrives at the tradable zone with compression, expect your trade to work extremely well. Compression is not a tradable pattern. It is not a power pattern. Compression will not tell you entry and stop loss. What will compression tell you? Compression will tell you the target. Compression will tell you how soon your target comes. Correct? Everyone get that? Compression is not an entry pattern. Compression is a target creation pattern. It's a trade enabler. Always look for compression towards supply or demand zone. Departure must be very fast. Arrival must be super compressed for a lovely trade. And then we come to another interesting pattern called as can. Okay, I'll not take much time, maybe 10-15 minutes, and then we will break out for lunch. Okay, so this can pattern is a pattern fueled with compression, friends. It is the fifth power pattern in the price action journey. It's called as dancing lady. I'll explain you why it's called as dancing lady. It's another lovely concept which creates confusion among retailers, and naturally the confusion creates to manipulations. And this pattern most of the times happens very nicely at the lifetime high areas. Okay, it can also appear in the areas of QM some diamonds, which we discussed in the subsequent sessions. Here is the anatomy of supply can. Friends, what is this? Authentic zone has been engulfed, so it is a cap. Excellent. Okay, now you take a trade in the cap. Now assemble a cap with compression. That is your can. That is your dancing lady. Dancing lady is nothing but a cap with compression where you can have phenomenal target. Is that clear? It's simple. We just merged a power pattern with a trade enabler. Whenever you get compression in between, your target can be very high. Okay, why dancing lady? That we will talk now. Again, authentic zone, demand, compression into the demand. Boom. Very simple. Now, let me ask you a question. Is compression only applicable for caps? It can be applicable for anyone, no? Flag limit, FTR, anybody it can apply to. Ultimately, what do you want? I want a very weak arrival. That's all. Brilliant. And why is called like that? This is a French cabaret. Friends, this is a French cabaret. And during those days, those women used to have this gown. This gown was almost like this. Okay, when she's dancing, by any chance, if she lifts her leg like this, nobody will even know. And the beauty is those days, women are not protected. So if any man tries to come closer to her, she can give a solid kick. He will not even know her leg is upside because her frock would be like that. Similarly, she can lift the leg till her neck level. This is her neck level. Okay, many times once price drops, the compression will happen to the nearest point, and then we look forward for a fall. That is why we call this concept as dancing lady. The pattern looks like a dancing lady. So what are the rules of can? Strong fresh zone, strong departure, compression toward the zone, kick. She will kick, trade will happen. Look at this scenario. Okay. This is a scenario where, okay, a cap, a peak is formed, price compressed to that point, it will go to the neck level and then price drops. It's the name is Can. So the reason why we call it dancing lady is because of the way that French cabaret dressing lady, and the pattern looks like her, but Can, I'm not sure. Here is the best pattern. Have a look at this. So many times the price did not go to the cap level. Many times price need not go to the top level. Okay, it can react at the neck. This is like the neck of the lady. So this is the height. Okay, comes kick. So to simplify this whole pattern, all we should do is imagine a cap with a compression. That is your dancing lady pattern. That is the simplest way. Okay, this is not exactly a pattern because here authentic zone is checked. Okay, you know why this authentic zone is matching here? There before we used to have a concept. Okay, let me explain you. Is this zone a supply zone? Everyone agree? And this is a demand zone, correct? Everyone agree? So before, what we used to do, we used to say, eh, if this is a fresh demand zone, if it is not touching another demand zone, it is okay. But later what happened, because of lot many confusion, we concluded that any zone should not be touched. That is best, which is confusion free. Okay, we'll get many of this. We can consider this, but currently in the new pattern, we are not taking this as authentic zone. But the beauty here is more than the authentic zone breaking. Okay, that is not the key. See, this gap down is created. Okay, now this compression, because of which this guy became powerful. I wanted to simplify Can, so I proposed assemble cap with a compression. That would be the dancing lady. We'll get many examples in the subsequent slides. I'll show it to you guys. I'll show you in the subsequent sessions. I'll show you many examples. Look at this. This whole thing is compression. This whole thing. This is Bharti Airtel. Okay. In fact, I wanted the price to fall here. Okay. And it, of course, it gave a reaction. I think so. Okay. And then it has gone made a lifetime high. But let me tell you, very soon, this is my level for Bharti Airtel 260. Now it is around 600 levels. Yeah, this pattern is not Can. This is pure compression example. Okay. Can you go to the latest Airtel chart? Mm, Bharti Airtel. Airtel is here. See, this is the zone of action. The previous high was this 520, 525. The next level was this. This was the level. Which is this level? This is the GAN 50% zone. How many of you remember we spoke about this? Okay, now price has gone and made a lifetime high. But for me, it has to come back because this whole travel is fake. See this base, base. See, this is also got tested here. Okay. Now look at this guy. Base. It's all abnormal push and stretch. Everything, everything is tested. Monthly level compression is pathetic. So I told people this is an amazing price to sell at 600. You better sell now. 590, 600. Or else we can do one thing. This high which got broken, this can be the new stop loss, 520 levels. Anything below is pure compression. It will come to 250. So summary of our learnings. Dancing lady is a pattern which generally happens rare. If you can spot it, it can give high RR. We'll try to locate it. And remember friends, compression always look for minimum 1:5, 1:10. And don't forget the 4 rules. To simplify, look for a cap with compression. That is your dancing lady in summarize. Abhay says there are talks of Amazon buying stake in Bharti. That is the whole reason it is going up. Even idea is going up. For me, it all looks like really, I don't know. You know, idea fundamental chart looks threatening. God knows why. Sir, is Reliance an example of can? I don't know. Let me check. Oops. Reliance formed a good Quasimodo level here. Old students, if you can get this, it is good. How many of you can make out this? Okay. So if tomorrow, if it comes to 900, it's a lovely buy because many are trapped at that level. Now, where is the lifetime high? Lifetime high is this only, right? The lifetime high is this 1602, 1617. Yeah, lifetime high is made. Let me go to daily down. Okay, so let me take this triple top, triple top. No, I cannot call it as a dancing lady. There's no pattern yet. Let it come. Friends, why can't I call this as a cap? See this? I think I can call this as a cap. It's not touching. Does it touch this base by any chance? Let me put it to the left and right and reconfirm if it's touching. Yeah, it's partially touching. Sorry. Okay, I can call this as an authentic zone. Probably. Does this touch? Yeah, it's again partially touches. Okay, that is also not authentic zone. Let us wait, friends. Let us see what it does. This is not a dancing lady. There's no compression also. Now look at this. This is really crazy level. Okay. I've never observed this kind of scenario. Now there was a base, there was a gap down and again a gap up. Imagine how many people are cheated here, friends. Okay. The engulf of this base was done by this candle. The source of engulf for me is this. Okay, unfortunately, this whole thing is to be taken as base, which is too big. It's like 8%. But definitely, price when it comes back, it should react there. You have it from 890. Mm, let us see because it has made a lifetime high now. 16, 17. Let us wait. Okay. Where is the nearest demand zone? Yeah, this is the nearest demand. Let's see if it breaks this zone. You can book below 1500 if you want. Okay. The next strong buy comes here only 1200 levels because of this double cheating. How many of you can make out this? This region dominated this region. Already people were cheated, they double cheated. So definitely there'll be big orders here at 1200 levels. That's where the fundamentals change big time. So that is why I mark the source of engulf of that zone. This is the source of engulf. So this 1200 level is where one we can rebuy. But one funny part is please make out this. See this again. This is all compression. Okay, this is all is a zone. Very limited spaces in between. But there is PAZ there between each zone. There is a we can't call it as a PAZ because it's not a power pattern. It's not that sandwiched also. So 1200 levels we can buy and upper say let us analyze after a week or two and see how the chart emerge. Okay, cool. Sounds good. With this, we come to the end of the most interesting session called as compression. Friends, remember it's one of the most beautiful, important pattern which can give you a very high risk reward. So as I told, I always stick to 1:3. If I can extend, I go to 1:5. But beyond that, I will never do stunts of more RR. I take that risk only when there is compression, absolute compression. It is one of the best target defining mechanisms which are realistic in nature. They are no hype. There are many scenarios where price goes to the root of compression. All right, sounds good. Thank you very much. Can we use FIBO for RR target levels? No. Why do you want FIBO? You can use scan power of 8 also. More than that, we will do RR enhancement conversation that you will like it. That is another beautiful way. Okay. So 12:35, 12:40 almost. Shall we connect at sharp 2, friends?